In 2014, I had an illness rip my world upside down that I thought would never happen. And the hardest part of it really was dealing with my head after getting diagnosed with it. Going from someone who used to be the provider, the one that did everything in life, that I promised my wife that I was gonna be able to take care of her, and to be able to go from that kind of situation to not being able to get up and walk across the room because of seizures and pain from a debilitating illness that you're struggling to find out how to get a diagnosis for. At first was just mind-boggling, and sadly it's not really talked about that, I'm just looking at it through my eyes as a guy. The biggest issue is, you're supposed to be one that takes care of everything, and all of a sudden, when you're not, you're kind of looked upon by people that don't know you or don't understand your situation, and it's not really open to be talked about, sadly, and I wish it was more. Because my biggest issue I always had with the illness struggling was when I had to go out somewhere and use a wheelchair or a motor scooter, and you get the weird look from an elderly person that looked at you because they didn't understand of your condition. They just seen that you look like a 30-year-old healthy male stealing a scooter from an older man that probably needed more than you in their head, but not knowing the situation. And that, and on top of having friends and family not be there when you thought they would be, is another really hard part I found. When I got first diagnosed, denying my diagnosis in the hospital with kidney failure and wondering if they were going to put me on dialysis or not that night, and reaching out to someone you thought would be their father, my chance it was my dad, and not getting a response, and then be told you're a fake or a fraud from people you trusted all your life, can be really shattering, how your world even further upside down, and depression can really mess with someone's head. And in my case, it was more so I had NPSLE on top of this, so I was dealing with issues of if I went in the backyard, it would swallow me whole or not, and if I ate the wrong kinds of fruits or vegetables, they were going to grow my stomach, and these kinds of issues that, with my lupus, it was NPSLE, which a lot of people don't know causes psychosis and seizures, and that's what first hit me out of the blue. I was going to start a new job, and my wife found me flat on the floor with seizures, and from there it was just nothing but a domino effect with the kidney failures, struggling with cognitive issues, having delusions, just a domino effect, and being told that it was your fault for you doing something wrong at home, taking something over the counter, or your wife was poisoning you, or you were doing something to cause these illnesses. It was kind of just even more defeating at times when you're just trying to figure out what's wrong with you. And to get a diagnosis was just, for me at least, was liberating. As crazy as it sounds. Here's an illness that's going to kill you. You shouldn't be excited about it, but when you don't know what you had or what is causing all these issues in your life, and unable to just carry on a normal day, just get out of bed and struggle with that, is just, it's really earth-shattering. It does mean more, yeah, it messed my world up. I don't even know how to put it in words. I'm going to ramble. I apologize. But I guess I don't know how else to explain it sometimes. With my organic brain disease, I know what I want to say, but the words don't come out. And I'm just going to be open and raw about it. I don't really like talking about myself, but a lot of things with this illness doesn't get brought up, like the struggles that men face with society looking at them that we're supposed to be in a certain gender role or certain act a way to take care of family, when people don't stop and realize some of us might be dealing with a chronic illness or don't know the exact situation and just want to judge without knowing. And that's all I really want to try to get out there, the awareness of people who have an illness like this. It's don't be so quick to judge a situation. Sometimes you don't know what someone's going through. They might not want to be open about it because of society's stigmas. I guess that's the best way to put it. But that's my 2 cents on a lot of things that I struggle with this illness, that I don't think really gets out to the general public, on how life-changing it can be, on top of the devastating effects it can do normally. Mine, like I said, seizures, kidney failure, I could go on, but there's a lot of mental issues that go on that don't get discussed or brought up, and they get ignored, of the fact that we just must suck it up or be an alpha male. I don't want to use that term, but I guess I'll use that term. So I guess that's where I kind of stand on things, and I hope someone can learn from this. And please check out our site, menhavelupus.org. It's a all private group for that reason, because sometimes people are scared to open up where they will be judged for whatever reason. I know I've been down those roads, so that's why it's there, private. And if you have any more questions or concerns, you can look us up on Instagram or other places. Take care.